NorthWestern Energy is a monopoly, and the job of the Public Service Commission is to protect the ratepayers from monopolistic overreach, which is exactly what NorthWestern Energy's proposed treatment of rooftop solar is today. NorthWestern Energy has very cleverly packaged this as ratepayer versus ratepayer in their proposal, but that's not what it is. It's ratepayer versus NorthWestern Energy's out-of-state stockholders, and it is the PSC's job to stand on the side of the ratepayers. We'd like you to remember that, and I quite honestly wonder why only one of you even came to hear what we had to say. This whole thing becomes really obvious when you look at NorthWestern Energy's procurement plan, where they contemplate large capital expenditures on which they can profit in order to meet peak demand. Rooftop solar, particularly with storage, reduces the need for those profitable expenditures. Other more advanced utilities understand this, and they've reacted in a less self-centered way, working with their customers rather than opposing customer efforts to take some control over their own power supply and their own costs. Vermont's Green Mountain Power, who I've mentioned when I spoke to you before, is deploying company-owned batteries to customers' homes, using them to balance peak by charging them in off-peak hours and then having them available at times of peak. And they found that's been very successful. This has proven also to aid in trying to get power back up quickly after a storm-driven outage, when you can clear one little area up and get those batteries working for a block or two while you're still dealing with other sections. That's worked so well for Vermont that New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and New York utilities are now all using some form of bring your own battery program in order to supply or set the customers up with their own batteries. One example, Liberty Utility in New Hampshire is selling batteries at a discount to their customers and offering to provide the customers with financing. While these utilities are helping their customers take some control of their own power supply, NorthWestern Energy is asking you to shut down efforts of Montanans to do the same thing. They're asking you to come up with a rate structure that makes it absolutely cost prohibitive to go rooftop solar and net metering. This isn't about ratepayer versus ratepayer. It's about out-of-state stockholders versus ratepayers. And the question is Montana's Public Service Commission going to stand up for the ratepayers, or are they going to stand up for the company?